Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Korey Jarmon, and today we're going to be talking about the Quicksort algorithm. The Quicksort algorithm sorts an unsorted array into an order from smallest to largest. So today we're going to be using these number cards to show an example. The first thing you want to do is locate your pivot, and in this particular example, I'm going to be using my last element on the right, which is a 6. And also we need to point out our I and our J. Your I is going to always be one less than the initial element, and J is going to always be equal to the first element in the array. So to start off, you want to start off by comparing the pivot element to the J. In this case, the 4 is smaller than the 6, so I'm going to increment the I and swap the I and J. In this case it's the same, so I won't move it, so I just continue to move forward. I increment the J once, and now we have I equal to 4 and J equal to 7. 7 is larger than 6, so we do nothing, we just increment the J once. Right here, the ace or 1 is less than 6, so you increment the I once and you swap the I and J. Increment the J again. 9 is greater than 6, so you do nothing. Increase it once more. Now 5 is less than 6, so now you go back to the I, you increment it once, and you swap the I and the J elements. Now increment the J again and repeat. 3 is less than 6, so I increment the I and I swap the I and J. Increment the J. 10 is larger than 6, so I do nothing. Increment the J again. 2 is less than 6, so I increment the I, switch I and J. Increment J one more time, and 8 is larger than 6, so I do nothing. Now at this point, your J has reached the end of your array, so what you want to do is put the pivot in the place it is in the array, and the pivot is always going to be at the place 1 greater than the I. So the pivot is 6, so I'm going to slide everything down 1 and put the 6 in place, and this is the place in the array where it should be. So at this point, I now have 2 separate partitioned arrays, so I will repeat the process again. And so now the 2 is the pivot array. Start with the I and J. 4 greater than 2, do nothing. 1 less than 2, increment and switch. Increment. 5 less than 2, you do nothing. 3 excuse me, is greater than 2, so you still do nothing. Once again, it's at the end of the array, so the pivot is 1 in front of the I, so right here. So now you have another small array right here. So these are sorted, and I got to sort these. Let me slide these over. So 3 is your pivot array, pivot element. 4 greater than 3, you do nothing. 5 greater than 3, you do nothing. And since I is 1 less than the 4, you just put the 3 in the front, and now this is sorted. For this second array, which is all larger than the initial pivot, the 6, start from the beginning again. Oops. The 8 is your pivot array, pivot element, so 6 is less than 8. Increment, swap, they're the same, so you do nothing. Increase again. 9 is greater than 8, so you do nothing. 10 greater than 8, nothing. 7 is less than 8, so I increment and swap these 2 elements. I have my pivot, my J at the end, and here's my I. Put this here. One last array. So now all these are sorted over here. 9 is my pivot, and 10 is greater than 9, so I do nothing. And now since it's already at the end, I just put it 1 before that, and now you have your sorted array from 1 through 10.